Hello Aries, and welcome to your energy reading for the week beginning Monday the 10th of April 2017. For these mini readings I'm going to pull 2 cards from my Mythic Tarot and 1 card from my Betty Boop private deck. Hopefully the 3 cards will come together and resonate to show us some insight into one situation this week that we're going to be facing. And 2 cards for the 10th of April, week beginning, for the sign of Aries. To any Aries out there with a birthday this week, I hope it's a wonderful one for you. There's nothing finer than a solar return. All this brand new passionate energy that's around us at the minute. Great. Right, so we want 2 cards. And then we want 1 from the Betty Boop. The reason Betty Boop's made an appearance this week is I think we can get quite complacent, especially if you watch quite a few tarot readers. All the images do seem to be the same, and that's very much why I like my Mythic Tarot. This is an original deck from the 80s, and there are a few things in it that were depicted differently than the majority of decks. But with my personal collections, I think it's lovely to see a different image. A lot of images do portray the same sort of characters, and we can get complacent and not see as much in them. So 1 energy for Aries for the week of the 10th of April 2017, please. And we have the 7 of Swords, which is a tricky energy off the bat. Aries, the 7 of Swords talks about deceit, maybe thievery, but we'll have a look as it sits in with the other cards. So the first card we have is the Ace of Wands, then we have the 7 of Swords, and then we have the 6 of Cups. So the Ace of Wands talks about a new, passionate, inspired beginning. The Ace of Wands talks about weeks. So maybe we have already started something that we're very passionate about, and within a matter of weeks, we're going to start and see results of that. The Ace of Wands can be seen as a phallic symbol. And maybe we're getting a little bit intimate this week. It often is the case when I see these cards that somebody's finding themselves in a place of intimacy. But the Ace of Wands does talk of a new passionate adventure, a new desire we've found and we want to follow. The Ace of Wands does also speak of fire energy. Now, this month, your solar return into Aries is the first month of the new year celestial cycle. But it's also the first month of a 9-year cycle, and of building them situations and relationships that can be there for the long term. So I would say this card coming out for you guys as the beginning of the energies coming in this week is being well within your element, being well established in where you're wanting to go next, being planned, having a good plan and forethought of what passions drive you, what ambitions we have. It can talk of work, so we could be starting a brand new work venture and feeling passionate about it, feeling excited. Then we come to the Seven of Swords. Now, the Seven of Swords in most decks actually depicts someone being quite deceitful and trying to steal swords from other people. So it can be a warning that there may be somebody deceitful around you. It can be a warning of us being deceitful. Maybe we're keeping a few secrets, or we're doing something a little underhand, and we hope somebody doesn't find out about it. It can talk of actual things being taken. It can talk of a robbery of some kind. It could be a robbery of emotions. It could be a feeling of let down by somebody. Somebody not told us the truth, so we felt that they deceived us. It's not necessarily physical and stuff being stolen, but it can speak to that too. So be a bit cautious this week. We have got a really positive, vibrant energy. And actually we're very intuitive this week. You know, listen to your inner knowledge. If you think, hold on, that situation doesn't sound right, it sounds a bit dodgy, it probably is. It probably is. And just think about it before you rush in on any decisions. And that's followed by the Six of Cups. Now, the Six of Cups talks about memories from the past. It can talk about emotional memories, something that saddens us or makes us melancholy, but not necessarily. We're thinking about something from the past, or something from the past coming back into our environment. Now, if it's someone coming from the past, and it was someone who didn't treat you right in the past, be wary, because if you go down the same path, we could end up with the same results. It may be that we have a new start, a new passion, a new start in life, but we worry that there will be deceit. We worry that things will be like they have been in the past. Are we remembering, because she's looking at the Seven of Swords, are we remembering the cheating and the hurt and the deceit and the theft or the robbery we felt from a past relationship when we're looking at this brand new adventure that's in front of us? So be mindful that memories from the past could come up. The memories might even reassure you that no, it's not the same as it was in the past. So maybe I'm wrong in thinking this Seven of Swords energy. But with the Ace of Wands, with all the wands, to be honest, I think there is a precautionary warning. Our passions, desires, we can let it run away with us very easily. And we've got a lot of fire energy at the minute. It may seem supportive, it may seem the right thing to do, but we are in fire energy too. When we change zodiac signs and go into the earthly element of Taurus, we might find these passions burn out very quickly because they were carried on the extra fire energy that's around us as well. So even though we've got a passionate, fiery new beginning, just take the time to think about things, look into it, make sure you don't feel you're being deceived in any way, or it's not reminiscent of a situation where you were deceived, or when you look back in life, you'll see what kind of deceit you had to avoid this time. There may just be one tricky situation, maybe career orientated, I would say, more than love, because I think the Six of Cups refers more to a karmic cycle. Even though it's a Cups card and talks to our emotions, the waters are very still. So we're very much control of our emotions. We're not looking back and falling to pieces about something. We are very much in control of our emotions. We're just logically looking back and assessing something, or someone is coming back. And the overall energy that I've got from the base of the deck is the Ten of Swords. Now, the Ten of Swords speaks of finally we've done the completion, because the 10 will become a 1. So we're heading off back at the One of Swords again. But the Ten of Swords is a realisation that we've been stabbed in the back so many times in the past. We've been cheated, we've been disrespected, we've been, I don't like to use the word victim, but we've been a victim of some kind of a robbery. Something was taken, be it emotional or physically. All these things that have happened in the past that's tried to bog us down, and we've purposely had to get up again and keep on trudging forward. They've all done now, and we're past the hurt of all the words that were spoken, all the things that hurt us, all the negative thoughts that we have about ourselves, about others, all the negative self-talk, all the feeling of belittlement. They've all already happened. They're not hurting no more. The damage was already done. The swords now need to be pulled out. We can look at them all rationally. We're pulling them all out, laying them to rest, and we're going to start on a new cycle at 1 in the swords, which is clarity of communication and thought, which also is the 7 of Swords. So regarding this card, the deception may be in something said to you and you realise a truth has been hidden. It may be a thought about a situation. But in general, I think we do have a lot of power and a new beginning here, a lot of passion, and there's quite a lot of people who would be jealous in that sort of scenario. So if you are passionate about something, maybe expect a little bit of conflict. Could be inner conflict. It could be somebody coming to you and trying to put a little bit of a downer on you. Look at it logically, assess it logically, even if that means pulling up something from the past to see if patterns are recurring, and try and make the best to come out of this karmic cycle. That's depicted here in the 6. And getting through these uncertain energies that we see in the middle of the week. As I say, there could be somebody coming back. Maybe they've got an offer, but you have been hurt and was backstabbed by them before. So be careful on choices and words this week. Just watch how you communicate, but go forward with your passions. Don't rush at them. No, if the passion is truly there and you want to see this through, you will do it at a lot slower pace. There's no need to rush. It could be the coming together of two people, as I say, intimately. Maybe your own thoughts are that it's only going to turn out exactly like it did before, and I felt I was taken advantage of. And it may be somebody from the past, or it reminds you of some situation in the past you was in. Just knowing that as long as you can reach or are in this element of excuse me, no more words can hurt. You won't let thoughts hurt yourself anymore. You've got a good clarity. You will see straight through this Seven of Swords energy and be able to carry on without any complications and no repercussions. Well, it seems that the energies this week may be a little tasking for you, Aries. I certainly hope that if you do come across a situation, what we have talked about here, you're able to utilise and settle that situation in the best way possible. If there is anything else you'd like to contact me and chat about regarding the cards we've pulled today, I'm more than happy to do that. With that said, I hope you make the most of the energies this week. Thanks for watching. Bye.